afternoon. What up, Bernie? What's up, Mike? And what up, Ray? Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm so sorry for my tardiness. Just had a bit of a crazy morning. One days where I had all these things planned for the morning. I was ready to go, had a bunch of shit on my list, and none of it got done. So we're here regardless. Got my coffee. How's everybody doing today? Last little bit of the weekend. I hope you all have your coffee and you're ready to go. Today's gonna be a little bit chill compared to the last couple of days that we've had. It's been a busy time in the grow tent and I'm tired. That's a lot of work, you guys. We did 2 towers in 1 week, both tear down and set up, and I'm feeling it. So today we are going to focus on starting some seeds, check our clones, see how they're doing. I'm gonna add some water into my buckets. I accidentally spilled a little too much CalMag in my second bucket system. So I'm just gonna do that quickly and then I'll take you guys for a tent tour. So I was putting in CalMag and I tipped the bottle a little too much and it overflowed. So hopefully the plants will be okay. I added in some extra water just to cancel it out. But yeah, guys, we're gonna focus on cloning some strawberries. Good morning, Ray. Yeah, so today we're gonna clone some strawberries. Check on our other clones and get some seeds going. Let's start some cucumbers. I want flowers growing throughout the winter. We've got a few spaces in our bucket system. So that is the plan today. Keeping it chill and just doing the bare minimum. Alright, guys, let me just get these out. I also have to put the net pots back from the orange tower. I still gotta wash those. There's just so much to do, so little time. Alright, so yeah, whenever I'm like tired or whatever, just feeling blah, starting seeds is always a good thing to do. So what else should I start, you guys? We're gonna do 1 cucumber plant, but I'll do 2 seeds in case one of them don't germinate. What's up, Les? Good morning. And then I'm gonna do just some different salad varieties and some flowers and herbs. Lots of herbs. What is up, Real Outdoor Living? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Cheers, everybody. Happy Sunday. All right, so first things first, take you guys on a little tour, show you what's been going on. I feel like I've been doing just quick ones here between the tower setup and takedown. So I will show you what's growing on. All right, guys, so first things first, I got a watermelon cutting to root. Oh, tell us how you do that. How do you propagate and root a watermelon? Or how do you propagate a watermelon? Can you cut it anywhere or below a growth node? What's up, ProPyro? Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Good to see you here. Look, you guys, all of our seedlings that are seeds that we popped on Thursday night, Most of them have sprouted, so that is exciting. So I've been introducing oxygen, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a sprouting tray specifically for the seeds that have sprouted, because those are gonna go with no lid or a cracked lid. All the ones over here have also sprouted, so less as way as a tomato. Cool. So you just take a cutting like below a growth node, and then you can propagate. Good to know, Les. Good to know. Get it? So happy Sunday, everybody. For those of you that are new here, this is the grow tent. We've done a lot of work this week. Within last month, we emptied this orange tower, cleaned it up, put it back together. Then we emptied this green tower, cleaned it up, put it back together. Then we took all the stuff out of the yellow one, cleaned it up, put it in the green one, and then we took down the yellow one, cleaned it up, and put it back together yesterday. So it's been a lot of work over the last couple of weeks / over the last month, and I'm starting now to establish what the garden's gonna look like this winter. So we've got herbs, some mustard greens, and just a series of herbs, mostly parsley, in the grow tower. Oh man, last night I had open-faced sandwiches with some capicola, mortadella, melted cheese, barbecue sauce, tomatoes, poblano peppers, parsley, a bunch of stuff from the garden. It was freaking awesome. It's so nice having fresh ingredients to pick every night. So yeah, guys, right now the yellow tower's empty. So there's not much to show you. This is going to be filled with strawberries, which is why we're focusing on cloning them today. But yeah, this is the green tower. It's not full. If I pop around back here, the back is all empty. It's just the front section. Got some beautiful basil here, and parsley's doing very well. Moving on, I'll hit it from the other side. So yeah, and this orange tower is just going to be filled with lettuce and herbs. So I took out the celosia plant that I broke. It was a flower, but I tried to clone its cuttings. They're wilted, except for this one. I don't know, this one might root. So we're going to check those out. We've got the tomato plants starting to ripen. Look at those clusters. Isn't that insane? Gorgeous, gorgeous plant, and she's doing so freaking well. I can't believe it. I'll add herbs to the list, LOS. And then we've got our strawberry plant with our clones. Some of them are doing well, some of them not so much. But the strawberries are doing a lot better, you guys. So maybe we'll do a little test today to see how they are. But here are the berries, and moving down the line, we've got our dahlia flowers. Again, I've never grown aeroponic dahlias, but this one is about to open. I don't know what color it's gonna be. It might be pink or yellow. I have a feeling it's going to be pink just because of the coloring on the stem. What up, Wickershire? Happy Sunday. So yeah, a bunch of buds, and they're looking like they're all going to open around the same time. So that is pretty exciting. I haven't checked the roots in a while. So dahlias form a tuber system. So they're the big tuber forming. What up, Death? Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Chinese 5-color peppers. All right, so I'm following this page on Instagram, and they are specialized in peppers. So I reached out this morning and I asked them if they have any good recipes, because I want to make hot sauce this week. And they let me know that a lot of the flavor of a Chinese 5-color pepper gets lost in a hot sauce because, you know, you need to mask the spice. So he said, keep it as a very simple hot sauce. Don't add too much. Don't add anything that's going to hide the taste. And just keep it basic because it's going to be real spicy. So he also recommended that he keeps his Chinese 5 colors and just dehydrates them, turns them to a chili seasoning. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do. But I'd like to try to make a hot sauce, so we'll see. But this is the Chinese 5-color pepper plant. And then just next over in the other bucket system, we've got more tomatoes on the second plant. But plants are doing very, very well. In fact, the both of them combined might even be producing more than all 10 of my tomato plants in the other kits. But yeah, these ones are doing they're doing well. It's just there's a lot missing off the clusters because I just harvest whatever's ready when it's ready and I eat it. But we got a lot of tomatoes hiding everywhere. We're gonna have to do some pruning, so we might do that later in today's live. If not, that'll be tomorrow. And then as for the peppers, things are coming along now. The poblano plant is looking much healthier. These plants struggle with watering, so we're getting them back on track. The pH is a little high, but we do have a lot of peppers and we've got some ripening. We've got a 50-50 pepper here. What's up, moi fizz? Good morning. And we've got some growth there. Lots of peppers happening over here. And so I'm excited about all this growth. Got some flowers there. And just peppers everywhere, you guys. Little baby over here. Oh, that sounds great, Hector. Yes, I want to make, actually, I saw a recipe for smoked poblano and peach salsa. It sounds so freaking good. But yeah, I want to put those poblanos in the smoker. So yeah, I don't know what happened with these tomato plants here, but they're just growing like crazy over top my pepper plants. So to clear that out. And then as for the other bucket system, the peppers are just, wow, every day they're doing so much better. We've got babies over here. We've got not babies over here. We've got a ton of growth, you guys. Look at all those flowers. Yes, finally. But it's still a work in progress. And then our eggplants, no flowering yet, but because I've grown them before and I just haven't gotten fruit, I can tell that it needs more time. But soon. So very exciting stuff. I cannot wait. And then just the flip side of the tomatoes just gives you a better idea. There's just a bunch of little clusters hiding everywhere. And every night I just pick what I can, whatever's ready. And that's it, you guys. That's why some of the clusters are like just 2 tomatoes on them, is because I've been eating them all. And I'll just show you the back end of the Chinese 5-color pepper plant. This is one entire plant, you guys. It's all the way over here, all the way over here, all the way to up there. It's massive. It's a massive plant. So that, oh, and I didn't even show you guys my watermelon. Forgot about the watermelon. Here it is, it's hiding. I took the stockings from an old Halloween costume and I made a little hammock for my, look, I call it a jock strap for my watermelon. Looks good, doesn't it? I don't know how it's gonna do. It looks like the stem was already starting to crack from the pressure, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. A nut hammock. Yeah, no, on the live with Andrew, Andrew called it a nut sling. LOL. Because it does. It looks like a jock strap or something. It looks funny. Thank you so much, Waffles. Wickershire, I don't know if you know who Grown is, but I do a live with him on Thursdays, and we did a live last Thursday and I showed him what I've been working on and he's like, that looks like a nut sling. Because I called it a jock strap for my watermelon, because it is. But yeah, this is my old SpongeBob Halloween costume. I created a video of how I made the nut sling, so I'm going to include the Halloween costume, footage of the Halloween costume in that video, so you guys can get a good laugh too. But yeah, I took a box and I took the foam out of my couches. That's how devoted I was to this costume. and I glued the foam to the box, and the box a perfect square, and then I spray painted it all yellow, and oh man, it was awesome. I don't know if I have the, hang on a second here. No, I don't have it handy. Sorry, you guys. I thought I had the picture of the costume handy. But yeah, it was awesome. And if you guys are into SpongeBob, that used to be my favorite. It still is one of my favorites. He goes jellyfishing, and in the costume, like all these flying jellyfish with the jellyfishing net, and it was awesome. I won first place, and I think I won tickets to a Leafs game or something. It was awesome. But yeah, that was at my old job. They used to have crazy Halloween contests, and I am so competitive that I went all out. Good morning, MK. Thanks for being here. What up, Dottie? Happy Sunday. I just looked at the time, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. How often does that happen? You guys ever do that where you look at the time and it's always the same time? For me, recently, it's been 6:06. Every time I check the time, it's 6:06. All right. So, flowers are something that are like priority for me to grow in the winter, which is crazy since the goal is to be growing my own produce and my own food, yet I'm focused on flowers. But these are the variety. They're called Precious Metal from Floret Flower. They're gorgeous, and if you're not into flowers, they're beautiful. I was at a local yesterday, and one guy had sugar baby watermelons. He had one cut open for samples. It was loaded with seeds, so I bought one. Ooh, Les, that's such a rare find. To get one with is so rare. So yeah, you gotta seize that opportunity. Seeds that opportunity. We're just full of puns today, you guys. Dottie's asking, is Sunday the end of the weekend or beginning of the week? I feel like it's a bit of both, because as you're taking in the moments and ending your weekend and winding down, you're also preparing yourself for a new week. And the way I look at it is, if I'm not productive on a Sunday, I don't know how I'm gonna be on the Monday. But if I have things moving and grooving on the Sunday, it helps me stay and be motivated for the week to come. So I don't know, I look at every day, I guess, as its own day, maybe. I don't know. Well, I feel like I'm working all day in the garden, so there really is no end and beginning. It's just all garden, garden, garden. For the set live chat as primary text loadout. But that being said, at 2 o'clock, I'm gonna head over to the Urban Gardener. Bowtie has working on a strawberry video that I've been looking oh so forward to watching. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in there. You guys should too. Head over to the Urban Gardener. He's live at 2 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, I feel like every day is its own day. If and even you could take it even farther. So I'm somebody where if something gets messed up in a day, that's it. The whole day is effed. I can't do anything. I can't move on. I have a really hard time being productive if the top part of the day or the top half of the day gets messed up. And so rather than thinking about things in like weeks or days, I try to think about it as like sections of a day, so that if something doesn't work out, it's okay. The new section in the day or the new quarter of my day is starting soon. So now I can come in with a fresh mind and focus and whatever. So I don't know. For me, I know that I already answered your question, because some people think that Sunday is the beginning of the week, but I'm taking it a whole step further. Like, how do you live your life? Do you follow the calendar and Monday has to be great for you to have a great week, and then you slow down toward the end of the week? Or are you the type of person that just goes full force every day of the week, no matter what day it is? So I don't even know what I'm talking about, you guys. Sometimes I'm tired and I just talk about stupid shit. And it seems like I've been doing that a lot lately on these lives. So thank you for listening. LOL, Dottie. Slow it down every day. See, I can't. I'm like itching to get stuff done. Like I try to have a slow morning and then something comes across me or comes over me where I, no, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. How good would it feel if you got this done? And yeah. Off-grid calendar has one day. Saturday, 365 days a year. Sounds great. I got stuff done, but I go at my own pace. See, my pace is just go, go, go. I'm actually somebody that measures my, I'm trying to work on it, but in life, a lot of us base our, not our worth, but like our value on our productivity or how well we do. And so that's it. If I have, like for example, this morning, I had all these things planned that I wanted to get done. And unfortunately, I couldn't get it done. And most people would be like, that's okay, I'll do it later. But for me, I get upset. The whole day is shot. Like, it's just, so that's why I have no choice but to like break my day up just to help me have a new attitude if something doesn't go right. But yeah, I really measure my, I guess the value of the day based on how much I got done. And, I guess that's not a great way to live, but when you do get all the, like I have days where I'm functioning at such a high level where I get so much done and I'm like, I am God. Not actually, but you know what I mean. So those days feel great, and I try to just do more on those days to compensate for the days that life gets in the way, you know? Absolutely. Oh, I am definitely a creature of habit and routine. And I think I'm somebody that tries to like stretch the clock. I always think I have more time than I actually do. And not more time than I actually do, but I always try to fit more in a smaller timeline. And that say, I think I'm somebody who maybe secretly likes the stress because I do it to myself. It's self-inflicted. We call this God mode. Unlocking the matrix. The caffeine hits the bullseye. Yes, man. I remember even when I used to be like very busy in the corporate world, there were days where I'd just like bang things out and be a total boss, and then other days I wouldn't get anything done. And so especially with the garden, there's so much to do that, you know, yesterday or the last 2 days, I've been feeling so good. Like, wow, I cleaned a tower, I cleaned 2 towers, we're starting seeds, we're getting things back on track. And so I guess it's a balance. For every day where I'm like extra high functioning, there are other days where I'm not so much. And so I guess that's just life. I got a feeling you're one of us. I mean, I honestly, whatever it's called, I don't know, but I think I'm just a very hyper person. I've got a lot in my head. I've got a lot I want to get done, and sometimes you just gotta chill the F out. And I guess that's what cannabis is for, right? Now, you know what? I don't believe in, you know, when I was a kid, and don't come at me because I was a kid and everyone has their own beliefs, but when I was younger, I wrote a whole essay on how ADD and ADHD are a myth and that you're just a product of your environment. And if you find the right things to do or the right tools, you can manage just fine without the ways that society tells you to or without being put into a category. And so I have never even thought about certain things or certain tests. I don't care. I just live my life and I do the best I can. And that's it. And yeah, that's it. So on that note, we're gonna start some seeds. Went off on a whole other tangent there, you guys, but it's relatable. You know, we'll have those things my whole life I've been like working real hard and go, go, go. And so now if I have a moment where I don't have something to do, I'm like, oh God, well, like, who am I? You know, I feel like I constantly got to keep working, but I like it. I like it. Ooh, Pro Pyro getting real insightful. Life itself is the biggest test. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. What up, Ty? We were just talking about you. I can't wait to watch your video. I will be there at 2 p.m. Strawberries! But thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. I'm just happier I have more energy than other people. See, I have a lot of energy. Even when I'm like texting or emailing someone, I'm like talking about my whole life story and this and that. And then I'm like, tone it down. Not everyone needs to know. They just asked, how are you? Just say good or bad. That's it. I go with the flow. What will be, never overthinking, because that will get you in trouble. I'm the queen of overthinking, but I do my best not to. Dave makes me miss. I feel he's always trying to burden me with extra off-grid work. LOL. But yeah, Pro Pyro said it right there. Life is the biggest test. It's what you make it. You just got to make the best of everything, you know? And in order to do that, there's only one way to achieve that. And the only way to achieve that, freaking start growing something. It's the best. That is what has changed my life. Growing, patience, and periods where you're not doing anything, like dormancy periods, is very much like how nature operates. And so just trying to be in tune with nature and plants is just a way to manage if you're somebody like me who's go, go, go all the time. All right, so I'm gonna do some zinnias. We're gonna do some precious metals. The giant joy mix were those pink ones that I had, but I'm getting so bored of those because I many. So we're gonna do Queenie Red Lime. That was the first one that I had here. It was like a green flower with a pink center. And we're gonna do Queenie Lime with blush, and precious metals. Gardening is so my therapy to help deal with anal retention I come across. LOL. Sounds like you'll be gardening forever and ever. Amen. Less, because there's a lot of those out there. But yeah, I just it's just all about the plants, you guys. It's all about the plants. All right. I also want to start. I'm thinking about the winter, like see myself wanting maybe a little bit of kale in the winter, or I don't know. I'm gonna do one Armenian cucumber plant. No melons for now. Only one of those plants at a time, because we already have the watermelons, so. Yeah, but these are what the plant that I broke, the flower that's called Celosia. This is what they look like when they're kind of like in a bouquet together. They look freaking cool. So maybe we'll do some of those. I still got to get some gibberellic acid. This guy germinated 100-year-old tomato seeds using gibberellic acid. So I don't know if you guys remember, we got 40, 50-year-old sugar pea seeds, and I'm gonna have to try to get them to germinate. Wickershire said, Dave and I lived next to each other. That is funny. Garden wars. Can't wait to see the flowers bloom in the grow tent. That's my plan, to grow some veggies and flowers in my tent this winter. Oh, and the flowers are the best because between all the produce plants, they really add. I even have sunflowers I can do. They really add just some beautiful color and a really beautiful just overall feeling. These are an indeterminate variety. I may try them again, but maybe in the next run. Maybe in the next run. They're called Big Rainbow Tomato and they're massive. What's up, Ryan? Good morning. Happy Sunday. I've got to get more green onion seeds. I'll do some chives. And what else do I want? I always have such a hard time with like oregano and thyme and tarragon. I told you guys, my grandma, she loves tarragon, and I bought some seeds for her, and I can't freaking get them to sprout. Like I can, but then the seedlings are so small that I keep killing them. I'm gonna do a couple of dinosaur kale. Why not? Be a cold and long winter, why not? See, I've got different tomato varieties too. Tomato sunrise bumblebee. I've got tomato yellow pear-shaped, but I've got so many tomatoes right now. I've also got white Russian kale and Siberian kale. And I've got just like tons of pepper seeds that I've just harvested from the store. What up, Jack Ashes? Welcome. What was I trying to grow? Small herbs like oregano, tarragon, thyme. The seeds are like so tiny that when they sprout, I either like overwater them or I let them dry out. I have such a time. I've got a huge basil plant, Les, in the green tower, so I was just thinking of propagating it. What I am after, because Les is putting together a seed list for me to send me some varieties. If anybody has Thai basil, I would love that. Thai basil. Well, what are these? I mean, we could try it again. See, here's the tarragon. These came all the way from Austria. And, yeah, I don't know. I just have a really hard time. The thing is, if I cover it with vermiculite, because I have vermiculite, but isn't that going to make a mess? Like, I try not to use any kind of seeds on top of... But what if your medium is paper towel? Then you just cover it with vermiculite, because vermiculite is supposed to kind of absorb the moisture and prevent algae growth, if I'm not mistaken, right? All right. We'll try it. We'll try it. I'm going to try to germinate the tarragon again. It dries kind of fast. It does, but so do the sponges. These sponges, they don't dry fast. It's just, I gotta describe it. I find that the, I don't know, I just don't find the sponges, they also kind of dry out. So I didn't come prepared today, you guys, with my sponges ready. So I'll have to just use the paper towel method. So we're gonna shelf these small herb seeds. We're just gonna do a couple cucumber seeds, some chives, some kale, and the first, and then tomorrow I will be prepared my sponges. All right. Where is my spray bottle? I just had it. Wet it, then put saran wrap it, or don't. Yeah, so this is what I do. With the paper towel, with these seeds at least, they're under a humidity dome, just in damp paper towel, and they're starting to sprout. Good afternoon, Nicola, from sunny Spain. Wow, sounds amazing. Never been to Spain, but would love to visit. All right, I forgot my phone. Just gonna fill my spray bottle. AKA spill water everywhere. All right, shouldn't be allowed. Hasholio, I've tried both ways, and the seeds sprout faster under the light. I don't know what it is, but it just works faster. I know that it shouldn't be under too much light, which is why you cover it, or you put the seed like in the sponge, or you know, covered in paper towel. But I mean, I should do some A and B testing and try it again. I am in Ontario, Canada, Nicola. What's up, Doyle? Yeah, that's true. I've seen some algae growth. So what do you recommend then? Putting it in the dark on a heating pad? I thought, based on when I was, you know, looking things up, especially with the sponges, they do okay in the light, but only if the sponge is black. Is algae edible? I don't know. Oh, nice. That's not too far, I get. Where's Grimsby? Grimsby, Ontario. I think that's near. I don't even know where that's near, but nice. I have yet to go to Spain, but I hear it's absolutely wonderful. And I'm sure algae isn't poisonous. Like, I don't think you're gonna die if you eat it, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's true. Seeds do sprout naturally under soil. So I guess I would just germinate them in the dark, and then when they sprout, introduce them to the light. Well, maybe we'll do that with these seeds then. See how they do. We can put this outside of the grow tent, put like a towel over it to keep it dark. Would you guys recommend putting it on a heating pad, or just in the dark on its own? You guys, we're gonna get high off some algae. Who wants some? LOL. Do you know the trick about using colloidal silver to get fem seeds? I don't. I'm assuming that's for cannabis. I don't grow cannabis. I just grow food. Depends on the seed. Cannabis in the dark, tobacco in the light. Heating pad, room temperature over 70 Fahrenheit. Yeah, so I have a heating pad usually, but I don't put my seeds on it. I find that under the light and over the heating pad just dries out. So I typically just put the seedling tray under the light, and that's it. You don't use a heating pad unless it's cold in the room. All right, we're gonna try it. So these seeds, maybe that's why I have such a hard starting seeds, because they go under the light, and then I don't water them frequently enough while they're in their germination process, and the light kind of dries things out, and then it just, yeah, but it does work. And time I don't get algae, like they sprout fast enough. Like these ones here, they've already sprouted and I've got no algae. So does it, maybe it depends on the type of seed? I don't know. No idea, you guys, but here we go. I'm just gonna get my tweezers and we are going to get to it. So first I'm gonna start with kale. If it dries, it dies, so no to watering. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst with that. Nicola, I am growing tomatoes, cucumbers, or not, because I was growing cucumbers, tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon, peppers, bell peppers, tomatoes, all kinds of stuff. Trying to get my flowers back on track. Do you use a heater in your house because you have a heater, or because it's cold inside? I get your point, Hasholio. I get your point. All right, well, we're gonna try it. I am gonna pop these seeds. We're gonna keep them out of the light, and we'll see how they do. Yeah, I'm indoors so I can grow all year round. Oh yes, you should totally do that, Wickershire. Like I said, you guys hold me accountable, so hold me accountable. Here are the kale seeds. All right, so I'm spreading them along the paper towel. Moving on to the chives. Did I water today? Well, Bobby, yes I did. But I may be moving some of those to the... how long have I been growing? Only 2 years. This last summer marked 2 years since I started. Prior to that, I've never grown indoor or outdoors. And what inspired me is the fact that whoever it is, whether it's the government or whoever really in the world, they got like such a hard, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess they just have control over our food system. Our food system is very broken. I feel like the healthcare industry doesn't care about the food that you consume. And the food industry doesn't care about your health, and it's like this whole effed up cycle of we're all being thinned quickly or slowly, I mean, but quickly too at the same time. And I just don't want to buy into it. I don't want to put money in the pockets of these big corporations that mass produce. And I get why, you know, pesticides and things like that are necessary when you're growing on a mass scale, but you know, things that are genetically modified so that they don't have seeds, so that you can't grow them again, or the fact that, you know, is it Monsanto? I think Bayer owns Monsanto now. A pharmaceutical company owns a food production company. It's like, I don't know, it's just, the world is very corrupt. And I don't want any part of it. So growing my own food gives me a sense of like peace and freedom, that at least I have control over that. I know what's going into my body, and I'm not putting more money and funding these corporations that aren't out there to look out for our best interests. They're looking for paychecks and don't care about us. And so That's why. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, true, you guys. There is no better feeling. Like, imagine you didn't know how to grow your own food and you didn't know how to cook and there was no access to processed food. Like, what would you do? So it's important to at least know how to grow your own food or understand what goes into good or healthy food for your body. There's just so many parts to it. My mind goes all over the place when I talk about it. So I apologize. That's awesome, Nicola. What do you grow? The people who make your seeds own the company who makes your medicine. I know, but I try my best to buy seeds from like local farms where they grow their own stuff, they harvest their own seeds, they get their own, they do the work to get their own certifications and their own testing, and I don't know, maybe by default they're somehow fund those companies, but you just have to do the best you can. So for example, Urban Harvest, they're a local farm. I've been buying my seeds from them. Do I buy seeds from companies like Mackenzie or a larger company? Yes, I do. I do my best to stay aligned with my beliefs and my goal, but at the same time, world is designed to make that difficult for people. So all you can is the best you can. I've been buying seeds from a YouTuber for a while now. Oh, cool. Sweet potatoes, beetroot, melon, strawberry, ginger, almonds, cherries, pumpkin, tomatoes. I'm coming over, Nicola. That sounds wonderful. But yes, Hasholio, you're right. So what you're really saying is we are all trapped and we're all effed. But really though, it's like now I look at, ingredient labels or certain things and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to eat that. So, gotta be careful. Oh, you can totally taste the difference, especially with my lettuce or my bell peppers. What a difference. And cucumbers or tomatoes. Very true, Palmetto. You just have to, I guess, make the best of it. Like I'm saying, that's all you can do. Make the best out of every situation, and whatever gives you a sense of peace and control. Some people just want peace, and some people have control issues, like myself. And yeah, it just is what it is. Just do the best you can, no matter what you believe in. But that being said, I always try to keep things light here. Even though the reasons that motivate me can be quite dark, we always try to have a good time in here, you guys. All right, so I'm doing two of each zinnia variety. Nine types of basil, one being Thai. I love that. I can't wait to get some Thai basil in my hands. But it's the same thing with cannabis growers. Like I'm pretty sure it's the same motivator for people that grow their own. It's like the government regulating that kind of stuff. Grow it yourself, All right. A basil and race. There's nothing more exciting than seeing a germ seed. Absolutely. New life, new hope, new beginnings. The companies rip you off at the cost of the seeds. Absolutely. Which is why I have let one of my romaine plants go to flower. But, you know, I try my best to harvest the seeds and use them. All these tomato plants that I have are all seeds that I harvested from tomato at the store. So yes, technically I'm still supporting, you know, the grocery store, but I'm getting way more bargain for. All right, so I've got my seeds here. These ones are gonna stay in the dark. We're going to take Hasholio's advice. Hasn't failed me so far, so thank you, Hasholio. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys. You guys always give me great advice. Wickershire was echoing the whole germinate in the dark thing, so let's do that. Honestly, plants have really kept me sane. It's a weird time we live in, and plants help. All right, so we got some seeds germinated here. Oh, I gotta close this. We are going to check on the strawberry. Have I experimented with cross-pollination on tomatoes? No, so I've never grown, actually only at one point did I grow 2 different varieties at once, but I wasn't even pollinating them. So I don't know what goes into cross-pollinating. Are you literally just hand-pollinating from one variety to the other and that's it? That's all it takes? I don't know what goes into it. Maybe there's more that I don't know about. All right. Cukes make a good weapon, LOL. Only if they're not super ripe. But I can't wait for those dahlia flowers to bloom. They're gonna be beautiful. All right, so I want to check on these clones here. See how they're doing. I got a couple of root balls. Robotic pollinator bees for grow tents. Oh my gosh, haven't you guys ever seen Black Mirror where they have those robotic bees? Do my friends grow food too? No. None of my friends even have houseplants. They just can't take care of plants. They don't understand the life, you guys. That's why I started these lives, just to have somebody to talk to about it. All right, I let the sponge dry out. So we do have roots, but not long enough. So we're gonna get this saturated again. Wonder if I could just germinate seeds in these root balls. Yes, those are strawberries. I'm using a root ball to clone the runners. I'm gonna check on this one right here. Probably also got dry. All right, we'll try again. All right, so yes, this is a basement setup. So yeah, the goal is to clone those strawberries so that we have enough to fill the yellow tower. So I'm gonna look for some more runners and see some root balls. Oh, Les, do you have aloe vera seeds? Because aloe vera would be awesome. That sounds so awesome, Les. You got such a variety of stuff. All right, well, I'm just gonna look for some more runners on my strawberry plant here. Whoa. See if I can find any other ones to clone while we wait. A lot of the strawberry plant is like so tangled that it's hard to find runners sometimes. Found one here. I wonder if I can move it to the other side. All right, I found a runner, so we're gonna put the root ball around it with the sponge. So I'm going to saturate the sponge just with water, distilled water. Make sure it's nice and saturated. And I'm gonna put it around the runner, encase it in the root ball, and within a week we should have roots so that we can transplant that on its own. So here's runner. Just gonna put the node or the growth node or the part in the sponge and encase it in the root ball. There we go. Oh, Nicola, I'm gonna do so much with my strawberries. We were talking about it on yesterday's live. I'm gonna make jam. I'm gonna make strawberry shortcake. I'm gonna have salad strawberries in it. Maybe like a strawberry basil dressing with fresh basil from the Grow Tower. Just strawberries like that because they're quite small. I don't know, the possibilities are endless. Strawberry pie, strawberry cake, strawberry pancake, somebody said yesterday. There's so much up, you guys. My aloe needs a new pot. I bought it when it was 6 inches high. It's almost 3 feet tall. Wow. Well, if people need growing a tall aloe plant, Les is your guy. All right. Looking for another runner. Again, we got to step it up with cloning because we got a whole tower to fill. All right, so right here, we got another runner. I'm gonna grab my root ball. Oh, right, there was talks of a chocolate fountain as well, so that I can just keep a chocolate fountain going in the grow tent and dip my strawberries in chocolate. Do I have a hydrator? No, but that is in the plans, future plans. All right, so the runner, where did it go? All right, so hopefully that's 2 more clones on the way. Was out collecting chicken eggs. What did I miss? Oh, we were just talking about how screwed up the food system is. And yeah, I'm cloning strawberries now. You missed 1 egg in the back corner of your nesting box. LOL. You talking to me or you talking to MK? I'm just kidding. I know she asked what she missed, or they asked what they missed. All right, so here we go. We got these seeds. We're gonna put them outside of the tent. And yeah, guys, I could look a few more runners, but all the runners that are growing right now have fruit on them. So I don't know if it's a good idea to try cloning it. What do you guys think? A lot of these have growth nodes, but that's where the fruit is coming from. I know, Hasholio, I was just kidding. I got a broody hen in the next nesting box. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. One day I will have chickens, but until then, maybe you hate me. So I'm just doing a quick search, but I don't see any other. Well, there's one there, but see what I mean is these runners here, they're fruiting, so I feel like they're not the greatest to clone. Mama mode. Oh, cool. Well, at least you'll have eggs soon. So yeah, guys, I did not know that. Good to know. Well, I want strawberry babies, so I'm getting so many definitions of broody. I love it. Thank you, guys. So yeah, we're gonna try seeds in the dark rather than germinating in the light. Maybe that's what I've been doing wrong this whole time. For those of you that are new here, I just try, right? And then I do these lives so that I can get some feedback from people and we can just learn from each other. So all of you that have commented and given feedback, thank you so much. You guys are the reason why I learn and I'm able to excel and just evolve in the gardening world. So thank you, guys. Knowing is half the battle, LOL. Well, that sounds like a handful. So how many chickens do you have, MK? Yeah, chickens would be awesome. That would be beautiful to have fresh eggs, fresh produce. That's funny. I'll give you a baby chick who I think is a rooster. Trade you some produce for some eggs. That's funny. I have 10 allowed in my area. That's awesome. I don't know how many you would be allowed in my area. Something I should look into. You know, I used to work in, well, maybe now it's more developed, but it was more of like a rural area, and they there was a house that had like just tons of pigeons, and I was like, what do they do with all these pigeons, and is that even allowed? So I don't know chickens you're allowed to have, but I saw a house once that had like 30 pigeons. I don't know if that was legal or not, but yeah. Do I have animals? I just have a puppy dog. That's it. I don't have any other animals. I would love to maybe have a hobby farm someday. But yeah, I just, right now, because I'm in the city, it's challenging. And, you know, you got neighbors glued to you and people watching your move, and you need permits for everything. And it's just, wait till I hit up Wickershire and start living off grid, and then I'll have a bunch of animals. Goats, pigs, wow! That sounds awesome, MK. I'm coming to visit. But yeah, sounds awesome. Yeah, that would be the dream, you guys. Just off-grid, self-sufficient. What are sugar gliders, Bobby? Is my aim to live off it? Yeah, somewhat. It depends where I end up. Right now, I don't feel happy with the way things are in the city, let alone the province. There's just a lot going on, and I'm not really happy with it. And I feel like living off grid or living out of that congestion and a major city would do a little more sense of peace and freedom away from all that stuff. And I don't want to be involved with all that stuff. I just want to enjoy my life. You know what I mean? So it feels like I get more peace getting away from it all. So there's so much land right now. There's a lot of land, but to live off grid, I mean, ask Wickershire. It's a and you got to know what you're doing, and you have to have a lot of planning involved, and it's a huge learning curve. Just growing my own produce alone is a huge learning curve. So, you know, not growing itself, which it was too, but the succession planting, the consistency, the quality, like, you know, if you're feeding yourself 24/7 and you got to be self-sufficient, like, you got to be prepared. And so, you know, in the future, it would be the goal, but I know that it's not something that's going to happen tomorrow. You know, it takes devotion and dedication and desire to learn. My gosh, Bobby Hampton, sugar gliders, they are amazing little monkey looking animals. That sounds awesome. You know what? I have my spare phone here. I'm going to look it up right now and show you guys what a sugar glider is. You know what I want? I want a bush baby. Have you ever seen those? They're so cute. Some built honeybees to generate the money to rebuild my fences and my buildings and pen chicken, pigs, and some beef. I grew up on a small family farm. I want to grow and raise my own food. DC's bees, that sounds like the dream. Count me in. That sounds like a wonderful, wonderful life. A bush baby, Les, have you ever seen them? Oh, okay, they kind of look like a sugar glider-ish. Oh my gosh, it looks like a little flying squirrel. That is a sugar glider, you guys. Oh my gosh, raccoons, no thanks. They freaking eat up my flowers and destroy my garden. Bush baby. This is a bush baby, you guys. I guess they're called a lemur. Well, yeah, I guess it's a lemur. I don't know, but they're so cute. Yes, buy as soon as you can. Land's not going to get cheaper. Totally. You can buy a piece of land and then just sit on it until you're ready to go forth, right? But having the money to do that is a whole other thing. So, you know, gotta have the money. A lot of places are selling land with a property on it, and then you gotta demo it, and that's even more money. You know what I mean? And then it's just, yeah, it involves planning and thinking, and but yes, Hasholio, you're totally right. Nothing is getting cheaper, and you know, if I think to other times that I've considered, you know, life changes or whatever, there's no time like the present, because things just get more expensive and more challenging to achieve. If we ended up selling out, to use that to build someplace else, but just outside a middle upper area is a great market for my raw local honey. Absolutely. Do you sell your honey, DC's Bees? I'm out from the city a bit on tenders. Les, that sounds beautiful. Raccoons don't good pets. LOL, did you learn that from experience? LOL, Bernie, that's hilarious. That's so funny. So the town growing is mixed. I don't like being close, but it does have its benefits. Yes, I hear that. I just hate traffic I hate cars. I hate it when I go for a walk and there's like a fox in my neighborhood. Like, they don't belong there. They belong in the wilderness, and they're just being everywhere. That, like, there's no place. It feels like the walls are closing in. There's no place for the animals to go. There's no place for us to go. It's like, you gotta find a place, like, I don't know, just out in the country somewhere, because you guys, the city is so congested. For those of you that have been to Toronto, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, that's why the garden is my sanctuary. It keeps things positive and exciting. The only thing I'm missing are animals, for sure, you know. But I always support like a local farm. You know, I bought beef from a farm versus getting meat from the grocery store. So, you know, every little bit counts. DC's Bee says, this will be my first year selling honey, and the CSA subscription farm across from me is taking it all for its customers. In fact, they want to add honey to their products list, so that is great. Congratulations, DC's Bees. Since you've started, you know, joining these, I know how dedicated you are to your craft, so that is pretty exciting. Congratulations. To be able to sell your honey is a huge accomplishment. That's very, very exciting. Wow. Yeah, that will be very cool and rewarding for you, because I've seen a few videos on YouTube, and that is a lot of work, you guys. That's a lot of work, so congrats. I used to live in New York and worked one of the Twin Towers. Oops, I just gave out my age bracket. Well, wow, MK, so you know, and at that point in time, the city was, you know, busy, but it wasn't even half as busy in terms of like population as it is now, right? So imagine living there now. It's insane, you know. An apartment in New York is like a freaking box. There's just no room. They want more honey than I can produce, so that will also help my other friends that are local beekeepers. You know what, DC's Bees? That sounds like a great problem to have, because you get to share the wealth, and you know, if you can produce more at one point, then you've got a buyer. So what a wonderful way to get started. I'm so excited for you. They've been known to give parasites to people. Yeah, they do have a lot of parasites. Oh, and yes, I've seen them climb all the way to the top of trees. So raccoons have a very strong grip. Are there many roof gardens in Ontario? In Toronto, that's what they're doing. Like especially in the downtown core, where they have all the condominiums. They have like a lot of, you know, trees they've planted on the rooftop, which is like, do you guys know what a root system is? Planting a tree on a rooftop sounds like it's going to be bad for the infrastructure of the building over the course of time, but they do it. And so yeah, a lot of people have balcony gardens, or they have like tower gardens or indoor urban vertical gardens that you can fit in an apartment or whatever. You know, if you want to grow, you'll find a way, but it's challenging when you live in a congested area. I do honeybee YouTube videos, but it's mostly my video notes and just sharing what the Lord and I are doing. It's not like real YouTube videos. DC's Bees, that's all right. Sharing your work and your craft is amazing. So everybody go check out DC's Bees YouTube channel. I'm sure we've got a lot to learn. The more and more I focus on my garden, I feel bees make the world go round. And so, yeah, that's a very rewarding job. Monster trash pandas. LMAO. I've seen gardens on rooftop. Yeah, they have them. This next season, I may be able for a little honey online after I figure all that out. I still need to come up with a label and all that stuff. That sounds awesome, DC's Bees. If you need some ideas, I can help you. Now I don't think of it like before, just one day at a time. Me too. Honestly, that age is a number. You can't think about it that way. You can quantify your life in other ways. Plus, who wants to buy their life? Just live it and enjoy it. How often do you do your live videos? Nicola, I go live every day, Monday to Sunday, every single day, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I was gonna start listing the days of the week, and I'm like, don't do that. So that's why I hesitated. Yeah, I would definitely buy honey from you, DC's Bees, for sure. I don't do teaching stuff. I just what I am doing. That's perfect. You know what? That is what a lot of people do, and that's how a lot of people learn. It's not necessarily through being spoken to or educated. It's just observing others at work. Sometimes it's a great way to learn. So that's awesome that you're doing that, and I'm sure the community appreciates it, because wonderful way to share what you do and bring attention or awareness to how important it is. Beekeeping is one of those jobs that we don't give enough credit to. It's a big deal. Taken me 4 years to keep them alive. Hey, that's incredible. Now you can keep them alive. In the last 2 years, I learned so much, a whole new lifestyle, a whole new community, a whole new world that I didn't even know existed. The amount that I've learned from the garden is just unmatched. I feel like the garden is like teaching me some invaluable lessons. Bees help keep our world beautiful with flowers and fruits. Absolutely, and they feed us. A lot of the fruit I'm growing will not grow if I don't hand pollinate. And there are days where I am tired and I just don't want to. And guess what happens? No freaking food. All those months, all those resources, no food. Why? Because I don't pollinate. And so if we don't have pollinators, we don't have a lot. And gotta protect them, gotta appreciate them, and gotta understand them. Yes. YouTube University. Oh, Hasholio, that's a great question. Hasholio is asking, DC's Bees, how many times have you been stung by the bees? That's something I would want to know the answer to. I've only gotten stung by a bee once, and it's because I actually sat on it, and that freaking hurt. I don't know if it was a wasp or a bee, but I'm sure DC's had a sting or two in their time. That's when I started gardening. Cool. A lot of people started hobbies during that time. My record is 24. I know beekeepers that have taken over 100. Wow, that's insane. I feel like 24 is pretty good considering you've been doing it for 4 years. 6 bites a year or 6 stings a year, not so bad. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of people started doing things during that time. I feel like it was, a little bit of a reset for people to find what they like to do while they're home and do it. Yeah, the inception of this tent happened during that time. It's just by the time it got set up and I started learning to grow, didn't happen until 2023. I don't mind the stings, it's only a few, and in the hands, it helps them, to be honest. Does it help them? I thought a bee, or is it just the queen bee? I thought bees die once they sting you, or only if their stinger gets... I framed houses for 15 years, so swinging and framing a framing hammer causes issues, LOL. So you're tough enough to handle the bee stings. That's funny. Well, thanks for sharing with us, DC's Bees. That is so wonderful. I can really appreciate what you do. Nicola says, I always recommend people buy a grow light because in the future there will be less food. Absolutely. So important. Set yourself up now, just in case you're going to need it later. Kind of like what Hasholio's saying, right? things only get more expensive and in higher demand, so stay prepped. But anyways, guys, on that note, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow. We are going to do some tomato pruning and just overall cleanup of the garden. And that's it, you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here, for spending time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful start to your week tomorrow. And we'll hang out with you guys tomorrow. I hope to see you there. Have a great day, Bernie. Thanks so much, MK. Thanks, Nicola, DC's Bees, all of you. Thank you so much. Peace. Appreciate you. And don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Bye, everybody. Have such a great day.